Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. on High Impact 102.1 FM. Call us 0700-1021-1021. WhatsApp 0907-224-5018.
A very good morning to you, Lagos, once again, and good morning to you, Nigeria. This is On Record, where every word matters. My name is Oyinpriye Krumale. And of course, what we will be talking about today is what's in the front domain. It made the round the newspapers. It has been on the front burners of the polity for quite a while now, and it's what you know already. That we will be taking a deeper dive into the conversation. We are looking at the Nigerian Labour Congress, its exploits in the country, from where it's coming from, where we think or where it should be going to, its influence in the Nigerian political space, and its modus operandi or modus vivendi, like the lawyers will call it. So let's delve into the conversation this morning. The Nigerian Labour Congress holds a distinguished legacy in advocating for workers' rights and striving for enhanced working conditions, wages, and social welfare in Nigeria. It was founded in 1978. The NLC has been a pivotal force in the nation's labor movement, frequently utilizing strikes and negotiations to highlight and address various concerns faced by Nigerian workers. Functioning as an umbrella body for assorted trade unions in Nigeria, the primary goal and objective of the Nigerian Labour Congress has been to champion social justice, safeguard the rights of workers, and pursue improved living conditions and better welfare for the Nigerian workers. Throughout its existence, the NLC has organized numerous industrial actions, popularly known as strikes, and protests to voice out the grievances of Nigerian workers. These actions primarily revolved around demands for increased minimum wage, better working conditions, and opposition against government policies. We know that it's been calling for increased minimum wage at the moment, and as you know, it currently has been working against the harsh economic and welfare realities that is facing the country and facing Nigerian workers. Several past presidents of the Nigerian Labour Congress played pivotal roles in shaping the ideologies and actions of the organization. To mention a few, Pascal Bafia, he sat on the saddle in 1984 to 1988. Under his leadership, the NLC vehemently opposed military rule and actively resisted anti-labor policies. Ali Chiroma from 1988 to 1994. Chiroma was ardently dedicated to preserving workers' rights and focused on issues such as wage increment, enhancement of social welfare, and improved working conditions. Adamso Shomole, 1999 to 2007. Oshomole's tenure was marked by a staunch opposition to government policies deemed adverse to workers' interests. In fact, he played a pivotal role in leading strikes and negotiations to safeguard Nigerian workers and rights. On several occasions, he was put into prison. Abdul Wahid Omar from 2007 to 2015. Omar's leadership involved advocating for elevated minimum wage, improved working conditions for Nigerian workers, and addressing challenges of unemployment. Ayuba Waba, recently 2015 to 2023, Waba's leadership underscores an unwavering commitment to advancing workers' welfare and continuing efforts for social justice. He has actively spearheaded campaigns for superior wages, social security, and enhanced working conditions for workers. The persistent ideology of former NLC presidents has consistently revolved around protection of workers' rights, the pursuit of improved working conditions, increased wages, and opposition to policies deemed injurious to the welfare of Nigerian labor force. These leaders have played a pivotal role in advancing NLC's agenda to protect and promote the rights of Nigerian workers. To take you, bring some more history into our conversation this morning. In 2004, a significant incident transpired when the then NLC president Adams Oshiomhole was purportedly assaulted by the Nigerian police force during the protest against the removal of fuel subsidy. Oshiomhole sustained injuries during this event. The attack on the NLC president sparked an extensive reaction from the labor unions. In fact, in response to the assault on Oshiomhole, the NLC called for a nationwide strike to protest police brutality against their leader. While the strike was initially in response to the assault, it evolved into a broader demonstration against what was perceived as excessive use of power and security agencies. The NLC-led strike caused notable disruptions across the country, affecting the key sectors as banking, transportation, and essential services. The protest, lasting several days, exemplified the NLC's strength and ability to mobilize workers in demanding justice and improved conditions of extending beyond their primary concern for wages and workers' rights. In recent event, the organized labor following the brutalization of NLC National President Joe Ajaero in Imo State expressed outrage and accused Imo State Commissioner of Police Mohammed Bade of involving in the attack. The labor group added a 5-day ultimatum to the federal government to replace the police commissioner and demanded the arrest and prosecution of everyone involved in the brutalization, including some of the governor's aides, according to the labor union. Now, consequently, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, redeployed Bade for neutrality's sake, particularly ahead of the upcoming elections in Imo State, scheduled for November 11th, 2023, which is tomorrow. The current protest on Imo State ahead of the Saturday election and picketing of the aviation sector, where flights were grounded and passengers stranded. Where would this lead to? Would the strike action continue after the election? Would the salaries owed the state workers by the state government be paid in the course of the election? These and other germane questions demand answers and analysis. And my guest today is Prince Adebola Adeniji Adele Jr. He is a public affairs analyst. He holds several designations as well that I have said to you before that may not come forth this morning because of our time. You are welcome to the program, Prince Adebola Adeniji Adele.
Thank you. Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning.
That's the voice of our guest this morning. We'll go on a break right now, and when we return, we'll jump into the business of the day. It's on record where every word matters. Do stay with us.
Are you looking for an avenue to blast your brand? Why not let us be your detonator at High Impact Radio 102.1 FM with Got You Covered. For advert placement, sponsorship, partnership, call us on 0706 393 5694, 0915 958 1881, 0902 745 3931, or send an email to info@highimpactstudio.com.
Welcome to On Record.
Every word matters.
What I want to do is to take Nigeria from consumption to production.
My name is Mr. Nlc'S. I started by trading on motorcycle scrappers.
They really ask, how much is the Nigerian life worth? Policing is everybody's business, not the business of the men on uniform alone.
We will establish student loan 4 years course. Must be 4 years course.
When you dispense, a pharmacist dispenses a drug to a patient, the name of the drug must be written on the envelope.
On Record is a 45-minute program where we discuss the actions, inactions of government, ministries, departments, and agencies, as well as business and health affairs that shape our worldview.
Join us 9 a.m. every weekday on your urban lifestyle station, High Impact 102.1 FM. On Record.
Every word matters.
Welcome back. Many thanks for joining us on the program. Now, from the beginning of the program, the phone lines are going to be open, and the number to call is 0700 1021 1021. That is 0700 1021 and 1021. You can send WhatsApp messages to our WhatsApp line on 0907 224 5018. 0907-224-5018. Now, to my guest, once again, Prince Adebola Adeniji Adele Jr. Welcome once again to On Record.
Thank you very much. Let me thank you very sincerely.
Yes.
For bringing me into this program. This is a nice program. And this is a nice topic.
Yes. So now let me ask you, there's a reason why I had to paint some part of the history of the Nigerian Labour Congress, why when it came into existence since 1978, and the several roles it has played. Some of those who have who have occupied the leadership position, the chairmanship, or then it was the president position of the Nigerian Labour Congress, what they advocated for, and they have not veered off from the modus operandi of the establishment of the organization. However, let me put that question to you. How is the NLC perceived by the general public in Nigeria of today? Do you think they have gone outside of the core objectives for which they were established, or do you think they are within track?
It's like you have taken this word from my mouth. And we will let the viewers, the people who are listening to us, to share more light on labor. More light on labor. And they will patiently to receive good news this morning. See, labor was established in 1978. That is 45 years ago. And under that 45 years ago, as you said, you have been mentioned some, that it was registered. What are they for? They are to be the intermediary between the labor and the government. They are the intermediary. And in as much that they are not appointing the positions of the president, they do elected, and they must have an ideology. Because it is not only one person that we came out that wanted to become the president of the NLC. Now, in 1978, that we talk about.
Yes.
Mr. Wahab Goodluck was the first president of NSC in Nigeria. He came out with the ideology that he won the negotiations for the better wages of workers. Yes. That is what he built on. His priority is the wages of the workers to be well fed,
yes,
and to be well good.
Yes, sir.
But now, then he was there since 1978 to 1984. That's the first president of NXC in this country. So when he now hand over in 1984 to 1988, which, as you mentioned, Pascal Bafiawo, he has his own ideology too. So it was state or made or minimum wage. That time we could have seen how much workers from level 1 to level 6 or from level 6 to level 17, which is hierarchy that are collecting that time. They stood by the wages of the minimum wage of
the workers.
So by doing that, it's going on until when his tenure expires. Yes. When we have Ali Shiroma. That Ali Shiroma was in 1988 to 1999. Means that the military is in power that time. Yes. And that is why we have the Structural Adjustment Program, SAP. So in that the convention, they dealt with that SAP then when we have Olufalaye as the Secretary of the Federal Government that time. So we were looking at the steps of NIC as the beginning of the creation in 45 years ago. So because we are going somewhere, we are going to bounce back to the Ajero's administration
of the labor.
Okay? So along the line, we will now go through of that time when Adam Oshiomhole came in 1999 to 2007. The difference between the J. Ajero and Adam Oshimole was that Oshimole was not in a political party, neither he was in a meeting with any state, but he stood up that you should not increase the fuel price with the Obasanjo.
Yes.
That is, so there's a difference between the way Ajero was beat and the way...
Okay, I mean the way Joe Ajero was assaulted in Imo State, and the way Adams Oshomole was assaulted by the Nigerian police.
There's a difference.
There's a difference.
There's a difference between them. Oshomole stood grandly that fuel was not related on that. Maybe another time we'll come back and tell us the way the fuel we are talking about it rate till today.
Subsidy removal.
Even before subsidy removal.
No, I'm referring to the reason why Adams Oshomole was assaulted during the Obasanjo administration because of fuels.
Obasanjo stood that he wanted to increase. He is the first president who increased the fuel price 9 times within 3 months.
9 times within 3 months.
It is Obasanjo. So that is where the Oshomole stood. That no, we can't take this. And he was assaulted by the police. So that is the area I'm going, and we will link it back to the Joe Ajero. Let's go in. So after Oshomole, we have Omar.
Yes.
See,
Abdul Wahid
Omar. At that time, we see that things are getting apart. Those ones told that what our agenda is, we want the military to what? To go. They are the one that prepared for the democracy coming. Okay, at that time they stood firmly that the democracy must thrive in this country. So by Waba now, Ayuba Waba was taken up for 8 years, which is 2015 to 2023.
Yes.
You know what happened to the election? It is not only Waba that contested election at that Eagle School that time. Did you know what happened? Did you not see what happened?
You mean to occupy position in the labor leadership?
Yes, when they scattered the elections, they do whatever before Waba became
the president.
The president. Now, and we see how he did. But what we are now saying is that we are now in democracy for 23 years,
uninterrupted
for 23 years. Now, if we have agreed this, the beauty of whatever labor must have is dialogue. That is the truth. So, by threatening Nigerians, you are wanting to grant Nigeria, you are going to shut down the whatever. That should be between the labor and the government. It's not supposed to be within the facilities of we Nigerians. You see, because we have these 4 stages in this country of humans. We have civil servants. That is number one. Okay. That they feel that they are earning salaries
from the government.
That is the first people are the civil servants. The second people are the self-employed who are working on their own.
Okay.
Which they are not reliable, dependable on whosoever, on anybody. Okay. And the third people are those who are jobless. Sorry to use that language. Okay. Those who are looking for jobs. Unemployed. Okay, so those ones are there, and those other people are people who are still feeding, who just came out from the universities and looking for jobs. Okay. So now,
you didn't mention the private sector.
No, that one is individual. That one's individual. Okay. So what I'm saying is that if laborers are now really says they wanted to grant this country, where all of us who are going to the same market, you gear up from your what are they called? Your minimum wage of 35,000 to 200,000, in which the direct person, which the self-employed can never even ask for, and if you are collecting that, you know that you don't go gear up the goods in the market, and we are all in the same market. Okay. So where we are going is that the Ajero as it is, people of this country are not recognizing labor the way it is. In the presence of Ajero now.
All right, okay. Now let me take you back to the comment you made earlier whilst you were introducing your conversation, making comparisons with Mr. Pascal, Bafiao, Ali Chiroma, Adams Oshomole, Abdul Wahid, Omar, and Ayuba Waba. You said the reason why Oshomole was assaulted is different from the reason why Mr. Joe Ajero was assaulted. Oshomole was assaulted by the Nigerian police force. The police is also fingered and alleged. And some of the aides of the governor of Imo State were also alleged of participating in brutalizing Mr. Joe Ajero. Irrespective of what happens, do you think brutalizing the president of the Nigerian Labour Congress is the right way to, just a moment, is the right way to go about it? And Oshomole was campaigning not to remove or not to increase fuel price. Mr. Joe Ajero himself, what he was campaigning for in Imo State was that the governor was owing workers' salaries, and the workers were protesting, so he went there to go and champion the protest with the labor leaders in Imo State. So are you saying the actions of Mr. Joe Ajero is wrong? Because that is what he is saddled with as the president of the labor union.
We need to be sincere here. Our sincerity should have a purpose. This morning, Ajero himself has not come out to tell us that he's going to Imo State to fight for unpaid salary to their workers.
Let's not use the word fight. Let's use the word protest and agitate.
Now, I will not miss word by saying that what really happened is different. Oshomole is not a member of any political party. That time, when he was fighting for the fuel or subsidy or whatever it is, they wanted to increase the fuel subsidy. But today, Ajero came not only Imo State their own salary. Kogi also the same. Why should not go to Kogi? Bayelsa State is also the same. They are their own salary of the workers. But now it was now figuring that the even chairman of Nlc'S of Labour in Imo State said, we have been talking to the governor of the state. So he now came to, but the feeling we are seeing or hearing now is that he came to boost a political party rally, which is not supposed to be. You know, at the time of Obasanjo, the joinings of political the civil servant to join political party has been banned since then. And I don't know whether he have removed the ban now from them, that any civil servant should not join a political party. In other track lines, they are thinking that if you are in Labour, it is Labour that owns the political party. So they flinch to it, but it's not the type.
In the United Kingdom, in the United Kingdom, the Labour there, Labour Party there, the labourers, or let me say those who are in Labour in the UK, are part and parcel of the Labour of the Labour Party in the UK. And though it is not by force that because you are a labourer or you are in the civil servant, you must belong to the Labour Party. No. In Nigeria, Labour Party, or even speaking with Tunji Abdulhamid this morning, he made this point very clearly, that the Nigerian Labour Congress is part and parcel of the Labour Party, but there needs to be a demarcation when playing politics and when acting within the capacity of Labour. So protests calling for the government of Imo State to pay salaries to the workers that are being owed several months of salaries in Imo State. It's not a political campaign. It's not a political movement. It is a job that has been saddled within the auspices of the labor unions and the president and the leadership of the Labour Congress.
See, the politics in Nigeria is different from where you mentioned now.
The UK.
It's very different. And the way we react here is very different. Now, the Labour Party has a president that did not win election as a national, or which is the president of this country.
Yes.
Okay. It's another party that was in the ends of affair in this country.
Yes, the APC.
Now, as you said now one of the one that is controlling Labour now in another political party.
Okay. It's in
another political party.
In Labour Party. Okay? That's what you meant to say.
Yes. If it is now in Labour Party, they'll be working not in tangle. Okay? It will be every moment, neither every second. What will fail him down is what we'll be looking at. You see? And that is the politics of it. So if Ajero was even behave like this, it is now showing clearly that he did not want this government to thrive.
Okay, Prince Adebola Adeniji Adele, in other words, are you inferring that Joe Ajero and Labour Party, they are working for the downfall of the APC government?
That's the beautiful word.
Is that what you're saying?
That's the beautiful word. See, I am,
because I need you to put it out very clearly.
I'm not.
Nobody. Okay.
I am not a friend of Labour.
Okay.
I am not. If Ajero see me tomorrow, he should not greet me. I am not. When something you're supposed to sit down to resolve amicably, either directly or indirectly, and begin to use a word that you are going to grant this country, you are going to shut down everywhere. Okay, it's going to affect me because I'm an individual of self-employed.
Okay, just a moment, please. I want to remind our listeners that the number to call again is 0700 1021 1021, and that is 0700 1021 1021. If you are finding it difficult to connect with us, you can send WhatsApp message to our WhatsApp line on 0907 224 5018. That is 0907 224 5018. Now, Prince Adebola Adeniji Adele, do remember that even in the inception of the Tinubu administration, of course, the All Progressives Congress, more than 2 occasions, Labour wanted to go on nationwide protests. It has campaigned, sent circulars out to all Labour leaders across the 36 states and told them that they were going to protest. Oh, we have a call already. Good morning and welcome to On Record, where every word matters. Oh, we do lost that. Please do try and call again. On that particular issue, a day to the election, Labour called it off. During October 1st, there was going to be another celebration nationwide. There was going to be a protest. The Nigerian Labour Congress, under the leadership of Joe Ajero, called it off. Recently, there was going, and this, due to this, do remember that not only the past government, the current administration had to meet with Labour, seated on the round table. The president of the Trade Union Congress was there, and the Labour Congress, the president was there, Joe Ajero, and that is when they append their signature to some of the agreements that they reached, and that Labour is free to take that to court if the government was not going to attend. It's obvious that Labour has been reasonable with this government, with this current administration of President Bola Tinubu. That doesn't sound like the allegation you are posing to Labour that they are working for the downfall of the government.
I would not accept that single language you made.
Okay.
I would not accept that. See, the meeting they called by the government and Labour, they said they wanted to add 25,000 naira to their wages for 6 months. Did Labour accept or reject outrightly?
First of all, they accept that it was too small. Then the Labour, then the government added 10.
I'm going somewhere.
Okay, please go.
I'm going somewhere. That 25,000 was rejected outrightly in front of whosoever they are doing the meeting together. Okay, that's the problem.
That's the Minister of Labour, Simon Lalong, and Productivity.
It is in their front that it was increased to 35,000 and accepted with immediate effect.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what does that meaning telling you? Showing clearly that they are serving or looking for their own selfish interests. I'm saying it categorically this morning.
Could it be that Labour is looking for a better living wage for their members?
Without fear or favor.
Okay.
Now, if truly Labour wanted to grant this country, they should grant the civil service people. They should leave us alone. They were here in this country in their faces. The House of Representatives are going out with 160 million vehicles. And you cannot protest on that. You cannot tell us, Nigeria, that we are going to protest or going on strike because of this. You know how wages the senators and the House of Reps are collecting? You cannot go on strike on that. The NNPC or NEPA or whatever, they are increasing salary, they are increasing their wages of tariff, oftentimes, and you are there, you are saying, so we are angry with them because when it is something that is not favor them, that's when they wanted to go on strike. But things that favor them, they will not go on strike. Nigeria, when we are looking for money, when Nigeria is using its own money to buy its own money, cashless policy, did Labour go on strike because of that? Before Emefiele was arrested for one of two things, does Labour go on strike? Labour needs to be considered who are not a civil servant in this country. If really they are fighting for this country. Now, and I was to face Ajero to ask him a question. Did you have an agenda we wanted to contest in Labour president? What is your agenda? What is your ideology? What do you place on table that we should see on the table? He is supposed not to go to Imo State. I learned that he's from Imo State. Yes, he's from Imo State. You cannot go to, as the caliber of position you are, the governor of that state, which number one citizen of the security of that place, must know that you are coming. And your purpose of coming is supposed to know.
No. Just a moment. To guide him. No. Just a moment. Prince Adebola. Just a moment. The commander, or let's say the IGP, the governor of the state that is in charge of the security and welfare of the people of that state is also in charge of the security and welfare of Joe Ajaero if he's in that state. Yes, noted. However, the governor came in there. He is a governor. Joe Ajaero is the number one citizen of the Nigerian workers. So, he doesn't need to take permission to enter any state. He is a Nigerian, one. He is an indigene of Imo State. Two, he is the president of the Nigerian Labour Congress. He doesn't need to take permission, inform the governor that he is coming. Of course, he is coming to agitate and to request that the governor must pay salaries to the workers who have been working for months. They have not been paid. He has that right to do that. Now, before I'm going to ask you to respond to my next question, and my next question is going to be about, does the public, the private individual that you are talking about, the private individual, yourself and other private individuals, the unemployed Nigerians, do you think that they are giving the necessary support to Nigerian Labour Congress whenever Labour calls out the government, or no, just a moment, that they want to go out for a protest? The time is already 9:32. I just want to inform you about that question, and we'll go on a break, very, very brief break. So when we are back, I'm going to have you to take up the response to that question. It's on record where every word matters. Do stay with us. We'll be back in a moment.
Do you know bad production can kill a great content idea?
Do you want to have a photo shoot, audio production, or do you need a professional voiceover artist?
Do you simply want unmatched cinematography, video production, or just event coverage, such as weddings, birthdays, or burials?
Or do you need a space for meetings or conferences? All these are possible with High Impact Studios. Don't bring down your creativity, let's help you take it high.
And out of this world with our state-of-the-art equipment and first-class studio space.
We give you the quality you deserve at the best rate.
For more details, call 0706 393 5694 or 0915 958 1881. High Impact Studios, the future.
Welcome to On Record.
Every word matters.
What I want to do is to take Nigeria from consumption to production.
My name is Mr. Nlc'S. I started by trading on motorcycle scrappers.
They really ask, how much is the Nigerian life worth? Policing is everybody's business, not the business of the men on uniform alone.
We will establish student loan 4 years course. Must be 4 years course.
When you dispense, a pharmacist dispenses a drug to a patient, the name of the drug must be written on the envelope.
On Record is a 45 minutes program where we discuss the actions, inactions of government, ministries, departments, and agencies, as well as business and health affairs that shape our worldview.
Join us 9 a.m. every weekday on your urban lifestyle station, High Impact 102.1 FM. On Record.
Every word matters.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us on the program. It's On Record where every word matters. My conversation here this morning has been with Prince Adebola Adeniji Adele Jr. He's a public affairs analyst and his designations are many. We are talking about the Nigerian Labour Congress. Recently, Mr. Joe Ajaero, the Nigerian Labour Congress president, went to Imo State and was brutalized. And so in that case, we've been looking at the modus operandi of the establishment of Nigerian Labour Congress and the activities so far, if they are making any progress. And I still have my guest here. Good morning to you once again.
Good morning.
Okay. Now, let me take you back to the question I asked. You claim to be a private citizen, a private person, and that the actions of labor is affected. But most times, when Nigerian Labour Congress, when they call for protests, the only people that come out is the civil servant. Now, and there's a lot of agitation, not just from you, from other Nigerians, that the Nigerian Labour Congress objectives seem to be somewhat myopic. It doesn't affect the private, the organized private sector and their employees. It's only on the government side. Now, to what extent does public support or criticism influence the NLC's effectiveness in championing workers' cause?
See, it is when Oshiomhole was there that partially supported the
private people.
Why? Because go in there and see a lot of casualties who are not staff. They might take you today, by the next day they'll remove you. Go and see them. Go and see their amputated hands. Their machines have removed their hands.
You mean in the factories?
Yes. The factories. Mm-hmm. So what does labor do about those ones? Do they come into their heads? No. Which is the answer is no. So what we are saying now is that, see, we should not be a bias here. And nobody hates Ajero. What happened to him at Enugu State was not as something.
Imo State
was not as something that is palatable. Agreed. But what I'm still saying is that in the presence of who? Is it not in the presence of police? The police needs to fish out those who are brutalizing him, because the government of that Imo State was denying it. The information, the Commissioner of Information come out openly that there's nothing like that. It's not, their hand is not there. So what we are saying is that, see, if it is not embroidery, I know that this strike they are doing at Imo State, there are some people who are not joining them.
Yes.
And even it happened in Lagos. See what happened yesterday, that they went there to stop those people that wanted to travel at International Airport Abuja. They send them away. They are beating some staffs who are going to work, which is not normal as thing. But what we are saying now is that in democracy, the beauty of what you can do, okay, to achieve whatever you want is dialogue.
But we know that the Nigerian Labour Congress has been dialoguing. In fact, it is it is a fact that the Nigerian government, that the government on either the state level or the federal level, they are notorious for not keeping to their promises.
Kumali, there's no limits to dialogue in democracy.
Even when one party keeps failing.
It's dialogue. That is the beauty of it. By doing that dialogue, you will sit down, they will come to our round table and get what the two of them are looking for. Now, did you hear what the federal government says this morning? And I want Ajero too now to learn from somebody from Lagos. The name called Akele. You know the meaning of the name of Akele? Akele was the chairman of Labour in Lagos State when Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is now the president GCFR of Nigeria today, was the governor of Lagos State. What happened to him? Go ask.
Tell us.
No, I'm just saying. So the Ajero needs to be very careful at this moment's time that the person that he was governing or he was working with is not as small as that man it is you are looking at him. So as we are looking at it now, we are looking the way we are going to shut Nigerians to make Nigerian better for us. We've seen how things grow up in this country, how dollar raise up. Anyhow, you cannot, because of
those are the works and the mismanagement that of the government, not of Nigerian Labour Congress.
That's what we want them to go and strike for.
Nigerian Labour Congress. Now, I was speaking to the Nigerian Labour Congress chairperson for Lagos State, and that's it's Olu Fumilayo Sesi, and she talked about the fact that some of the agitation, one of the core agitation that the Nigerian Labour Congress is taking to the government is to put to work the refineries in Nigeria. Of course, the Buhari administration, before it left, it talked about bringing into full implementation and full performance the Port Harcourt refinery. The Tinubu administration, the Minister of Oil and Gas, Petroleum Resources, Mr. Lokbobri Heineken, said that in December we should have the refinery from Port Harcourt, that's Port Refinery, be working efficiently. But it doesn't look like that's what is going to pan out now. And that's part of the demands that the Labour Congress put forth to Mr. President the second time when they met with him, after which they called off their strike. So But you know what? Most likely, that refinery might not come into functioning. And that is equally one of the reasons it has been like that for the Tinubu administration must not continue in the path of its predecessors known for not carrying out their own part of the agreement, which is the reason why the Nigerian Labour Congress will always make a call and hit the street to protest.
Mr. Kumali, we should not compare the Buhari administration for 8 years with the Tinubu of just 4 months now. We should not do that.
It's more than 4 months.
It's not, cannot do that. If it is higher than, it's not up to 6 months. So what I'm saying is that let's take their words. And it is after they fail we begin to talk this. Let's be having positive imagination to our country that by December the Port Harcourt refinery will be working.
How do you know that?
It is.
Are you in the government?
I'm not sentimental. I'm just believe that whatever they say, if you can be able to follow them, okay, then the Kaduna on also.
Okay, we have a caller. We have a caller. Good morning and welcome to On Record.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome. Talk to us.
I'm George Abba.
George Abba, welcome.
Yeah. If not for the solid psychophantic romance, the judiciary, the military, have the politicians, this country is so blessed with human talents, natural resources. Yet, the military get away with their prime objective of protecting lives and property in this country. It's integrated in this country. For your information, the Hassaman have an adage. It says that Abokin Bada Oshima Badaone, that the friend of a thief is a thief. So the military has left their prime objective. People are dying every day in this country and have natural resources. And yet, only 1% of the indigenous of this country are indigenous as slaves in the fatherland. Is this true? That man talking there is like a politician also.
Is what?
God bless us.
What did you say?
That man talking there is like a politician and he's supporting the indigenous as slaves in this country.
All right.
Don't worry. Anarchy is at the
No. There will not be
anarchy
in this country. There will not be anarchy in this country. And you refer to my guest as a politician. I want him to respond to that.
It is the organization that did not address me well. I have an NGO that I'm the national president of it. So we are not biased. We are not yet biased at all. See, I would not be at the circular of those who went to court because the judgment did not favor them.
Okay.
And they said they are blackmailing the government or the court for what is not good. No, I'm not.
Okay. I'm not. So now let's move our conversation to another aspect. We were talking about the public support for the Nigerian Labour Congress, and we've not been getting that. Now, what factor do you think contributes to will contribute to the success of labor agitation? I need you to paint out, maybe in just 1 or 2 minutes, the role that the government should play, the Tinubu administration should play, and the role that the Joe Ajaero administration should play.
Everything will come back to normal after tomorrow.
Why are you so confident about this?
I've seen the traces of what is bringing the fighting now is politics.
Okay.
I'm looking it round of the corner of it. It is politics. So when the election is now over tomorrow, and they are beginning to receive or hear the result on Sundays, then Ajaero will now come back to his table. Maybe he's going to call all his cabinet. Then what next? Because the politics is until 2023 again, 2027 again. So the advice I will give to Ajaero now is that I want him to call all the state chairman of the Nlc's. Let them be on the round table. Let them set an agenda for themselves, because what is going to happen now is the states have not mentioned what they are going to pay to their state workers. The one we are still battling with now is the one they are going to pay to the federal, not the state. So the federal has started by September, giving them the money. What about the state and the local government? Are they not have any labor in those two areas, the state and the local government? How much are they going to give?
Okay, so your advice to Joe Ajaero is to take care of that.
No,
what about your advice to the government?
No, the government should reciprocate of their whatever they say. Their word should be their bond. Then whatever they tell us, we should have belief in it. And if we have belief in it, and if they fail, we can take them to court. That is where we are now. That is what our NGO is going to do now. You have promised us this. But if you don't see this, we will take you to court because of your word, which is a bond.
Okay. Lastly, in less than 1 minute,
Okay.
you know that the Nigerian Labour Congress and the government most of the time will, lock-ons in court, and most of the time it doesn't fall to advantage of labor.
No, it depends. See, where you have a cogent reasons and the evidence that take you to court as genuine as it is. Now you have the favor from the judge. You cannot tell us that the refinery will work by the end of December.
Yes.
And we have got to March, it's not working. It will take you to court.
End of December 2023.
Yes. When it is not working, but we now give you another 3-month aggregation, and it's not working, we'll take you to court, and you will see what's going to be the judgment. So it means you are lying to Nigerians.
Okay.
That is it.
All right.
That is it.
Thank you so much. That voice is the voice of my guest this morning, Prince Adebola Adeniji Adele, public affairs analyst, public commentator, and like you said, other designation that follows his name. Thank you so much for your time with us this morning.
Thank you for
on
having
record.
me this morning.
You're very much welcome.
Thank you.
I am Oyinpriye Krumale, and I must say thank you to the only caller we had this morning, and thank you to most of our listeners who listen to our bantering this morning. It's on record where every word matters. Until we come your way again next week, do have yourself a splendid weekend. Good morning.
Thank you.